Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good, and so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
Hello and welcome back to the Green Valley Sports Complex here in Moline, Illinois. Getting set for Game 65 on the schedule. Another elimination game, and it will feature the Scarborough Force taking on the BC Athletics. Lansman alongside my broadcast partner, Joe Todd. Glad you've tuned in here on the ISC network. And Joe, when we look at these two teams, let's start first with the Scarborough Force. A tough loss yesterday, their first 8-2 to Hill United. How did they bounce back here today?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. What frame of mind will they be in? They suffered a real tough loss to Hill. They just knocked off Hill last week at the ASA tournament, so will they be able to rebound, kind of get real positive thoughts going? Juan Podolicio will be a starting pitcher. Juan only pitched 2 innings yesterday in that game against Hill.
So when we look at the BC Athletics, a team that's already been on the diamond earlier today, do they have the advantage having already have a game under their belt?
Well, CPI in the ISC 2 bracket proved that was the show. They pitched, CPI played 3 games in that final day and walked away with that championship. So teams that want it that bad will strive for it and go for it.
So a 6-1 win over the Batmen eliminated them from this tournament. And, of course, now they've got their hands full with the Scarborough Force. The Force are the visiting team. We'll go through the batting order first. It'll be Jerome Remeke to lead things off. Andy Skelton is in the 2 spot. Bruno Matroni bats 3. And Jorge Lima is the cleanup hitter. Donnie Hale bats 5. Eric Urbanea is in the 6th spot. Eric Ochoa bats 7th. Rob McGiffin bats 8th. And Pablo Figueroa will be batting in the 9 spot. And Joe, very hot day out there. You got to figure that that's going to be a factor here going through in the heat of the afternoon.
Well, I'm sure both management teams and coaches have been aware of the heat, and they've been telling their players to make sure they stay liquidated and make sure they avoid that hydration. Cramps could set in any part of your body that does not get the fluids necessary.
So we should be starting this any time. We'll just start off setting the defense for you for the BC Athletics. It will be Marcus Tan out in left field. Pat Sagdahl is in center, and Chase Turner is the right fielder. Kevin Castillo's on the hot corner. Jenner Christensen, the shortstop. Kevin Schellenberg is at second base. Greg Garrity will man first. And Lugier Pinto will be catching for the hard-throwing Ramon Jones. So as soon as we're ready to get underway here, we will come back after this very short break.
Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good, and so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud Fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
The annual Boys of Summer Tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time Fastpitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced-rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer Tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
Leading off the top of the first for the Scarborough Force, shortstop number 16, Jerome Remacki.
Welcome back here to the Green Valley Sports Complex in Moline, Illinois. Lance Winn, Joe Todd. Glad you've tuned in here as the teams have taken the field and we're about to get ready to start here. And Joe, of course, maybe let our viewers know the winner of this game, where does that lead them?
The winner of this game will go into tomorrow morning's game at 11 o'clock. That'll be game 67. This is game 65 on your schedule if you're keeping track back at home. There's 70 games total, so the winner of this game will go into the quarterfinals, I guess it would be, and that would be on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock.
So, of course, the loser will be eliminated from this tournament, and a pretty good run if you find yourself here on Friday, leading up, of course, to Championship Saturday. And it'll be Jerome Remicke to lead things off for the Scarborough Force. Both teams in darker colored tops and gray pants. Not quite sure who coordinated that, but that's the way it'll be. So Ramon Jones set to face Jerome Remicke. And first pitch is over the outside corner for a called strike.
Ramon Jones pitched in 3 games, started 3 games this week, 20 innings. The big thing on Ramon Jones' stats is 30 strikeouts in those 3 games.
So he has been effective that way. A little volatile in the circle, and that's been the knock on Ramon Jones. Gets a little frustrated when he doesn't get certain calls and, tends to let that frustration build and affect his performance. Hopefully he'll put that aside here today and with an 0-2 count, go to work and keep steady. And his team is certainly going to need him if they want to knock off this tough Scarborough Force team.
Ramones is a pretty quick worker. He tried a quick pitch there, Jerome, and Jerome walked out of the box, called time.
Well, he does have a habit of doing that. He likes to work to the beat of his own drum, and you've got to be ready to go because as soon as you get both feet in that batter's box, Ramon Jones is all but release that ball. 2-2 count, outside corner, misses, and that'll run the count full, 3-2. Just underway here, we're in the top of the first inning. Scarborough Force, BCA's. Winner advances to tomorrow, the loser is eliminated. And Jones inside. And already frustration as Ramon Jones is taking a long walk. And I said the count was full. The count's actually full now.
Full now, yeah. Well, Ramon has to stay composed. He just stay with working with his catcher, Luigi Pinto.
And that pitch missing outside.
The umpires for today's game, Mike Morrissey from Ontario at the plate, Roger Griffith from Indiana at first base, and Robert Duran from Iowa at third base.
So Ramon Jones walks the leadoff man, Jerome Remeke, on a very close pitch, and it will be Andy Skelton now, the left fielder. And that ball shot through the right side, base hit. Remeke will hold up at second. A solid single from Andy Skelton. And Force has something going here in the top of the first inning. Well, I thought Mike Morrissey was a little tough on Jones there. He'd given him that outside corner at first, and then consistency-wise didn't give it to him in the next two pitches. So you can see why Ramon Jones would be a little frustrated. That doesn't excuse the body language.
No, he's got to stay positive.
That pitch fouled back and out of play from Bruno Matroni.
Force are up there very aggressive, swinging a lot of pitches here.
Well, if Ramon Jones puts it there, this Force team is going to put it in play, as Jones has some problems with the landing area, and we've seen some issues with that all week. And hopefully it's just a little bit of maintenance on his part, and he'll be fine, as the count now 1-1 strike. And that ball, hard shot, backhanded over to second, to first. In time, 6-4-3 double play. Couldn't have come at a better time, as that will erase one runner. But Andy Skelton will be, sorry, it looks like Jerome Remeke will be at third base for Jorge Lima.
Good turn on that double play by Jenner Christensen and Kevin Schellenberg.
Jenner Christensen almost got handcuffed on that ground ball, and it was sort of an in-between backhander, and managed to corral it nicely and get it over to Schellenberg for a quick turn and over to first to double up Matroni.
Jenner Christensen now helping out, being part of the grounds crew, assisting at second base.
Well, those bags have been popping up all week, and I think you have to live with that based on the fact that they're rubber and much safer than having any kind of pegs or anything sticking out of that ground.
They've taken a lot of abuse this week, too.
Well, between that and the heat, of course, that's constant on the diamond, you're right. You got to figure that some maintenance is going to be needed here, as Empire is out. Looks like he's digging a trench there just to get the dirt out so that the bag will actually sit flush. So it looks like a good job by the umpire.
Great job by Roger Griffith from Indiana out there.
So not afraid to get his hands dirty, and with two away, that will bring up Jorge Lima with a chance here to open the scoring if he can deliver a hit.
Lima with 3 home runs in this tournament so far, leading the team in RBIs with 4.
So the right man up here for the Scarborough Force, trying to jump out to an early lead here off Ramon Jones and the BC A's, as that pitch is up and fouled out of play. That pitch from Ramon Jones in there for a called strike. Working that outside corner. And Jones nibbling again, but too far outside, so the count even now 1-1.
Pinto set up outside. That pitch went outside. So Ramon Jones not getting that call.
And that goes off the screen, but a good carom.
Great bounce.
That allowed Pinto to get on that and keep Remeke right at third base.
Great read by Remeke and third base coach Scott Searle.
And that ball is slow roller. Going to be a tough play, and they leave it, and it goes fair. So an infield hit for Lima, and that will bring in Remeke with the first run of the ball game, and the Force are on the board and lead this one 1-0.
That ball went down that third base line. You figure in most cases the spin of that ball will carry it to the left side, but ball staying straight down the line. Lima picking up a single and driving in the first run of the game.
Well, you got to figure Kevin Castillo, he had a choice, but it would have been a tough play to get Lima at first base. So the decision to leave it and hope it rolled fair was probably the right decision. Unfortunately, the ball stayed right on the line, right up to the bag.
I guess the only other play might have possibly, at least if he picked it up, Remeke might have still been stranded at third base and a runner at first base.
Well, it looks like Remeke took off on contact, so he was probably by the ball in time.
Yeah, it was a pretty slow bouncer there.
It was a slow roller, you're right. So Donnie Hale now with a high chopper and fielded over to Ramon Jones. So a good play by Greg Garrity to get Donnie Hale, but not before the Force put a run up on the board. They lead this one 1-0 with the A's set to bat after this.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud Fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good, and so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
So welcome back here. Set the batting order for the BCAs. It'll be Marcus Tan followed by Kevin Castillo. Greg Garrity is in the 3 spot. Pat Sagdahl bats cleanup. Chase Turner is in the 5 hole. Kevin Schellenberg bats 6th. Chris Waverick is batting 7th. Lugia Pinto is in the 8th hole. And number 9 batter is Jenner Christensen. Defensively for the Scarborough Force, Andy Skelton's in left, Pablo Figueroa in center, and Erica Choya in right field. As Marcus Tan first pitch swinging, one fly out to center field. Handled easily by Figueroa. And where's one out? Rob Giffen is at third base. Jerome Remeke at short. Jorge Lima at second. Donnie Hale is at first. And Bruno Matroni will be catching for Juan Portalicio. So Kevin Castillo steps in now with 1 away. His team trailing by 1 run.
Castillo batted out that 2 hole earlier in the game today against the Toronto Batman. He was 1 for 4.
So again, this BCA's team had to beat the Batmen in order to advance to this game here. So they're already warm, and it doesn't take long to get warmed up out here. As that pitch is a squibbler, and it goes curves, but a good job there from Lima to track it down and flip it over to first base in time to retire Castillo.
A lot of spin on that ball. That spin ball staying right on the ground, forcing Schellenberg to pick up that ball cleanly. Sorry, Jorge Lima had to charge that ball, throw it over to Donnie Hale for the second out of the inning.
Well, really curved, Joe, you're right. It had quite a bit of English. I think it was more of a cue ball than anything. So Greg Garrity now, the number 3 hitter. And, of course, Garrity, a guy who can hit the ball a long way. And Portalicio starts him off with a rise ball out of the zone.
Greg was on a roll this morning, 2 for 2 with 2 walks. So
and once again, Portalicio missing up. So 2 balls and no strikes to count. Was Eric Urbanea that started last night's game. As Garrity swings and misses there. And an 8-2 loss. Urbanea started. Portalicio came in, worked 2 innings, and then Urbanea came back in to finish. And a swing and a miss. So whatever Portalicio's doing has got Garrity guessing at the plate there.
well, he's given him the rise ball, and now he just came back with an outside drop ball. We'll see what he's going to come back with here.
2-2 count, missing with a rise ball up. So the count now full. And that pitch is lifted up high and deep. If it stays fair, it's long gone. Get out of this ballpark. Home run for Greg Garrity. And in a blink of an eye, we're all tied 1-1.
Greg got all of that pitch and pounded it a long way. Would have liked to seen the length on that ball.
Well, if it was as far as it was high, man, oh man, that was in the trees out there in deep left field.
That's in Brad Ronan territory out there.
That is right. So a home run for Greg Garrity has tied the ball game here in the bottom of the first inning, and that will bring up Pat Sagdahl. As he had a notion and was able to hold up. No appeal down on that check swing. So 1 ball, no strikes. All tied 1-1. Greg Garrity with a solo blast here has tied the ball game. And that pitch from Portalicio just missing outside. That pitch floated, looked good. Not quite sure where it was, and now Portalicio expressing his frustration with home plate umpire Mike Morrissey, as was Ramon Jones. So Sagdahl down with a 2-out walk. And that will bring up the right fielder Chase Turner. And there will be a bit of a conference.
Kelly McGiffin, the head coach of the Scarborough Force, now out asking his opinion of where that pitch was located. And you really can't argue balls and strikes, but you can go up and voice your little displeasure. How's that sound?
Well, I mean, again, we don't have the best vantage point, and we're a bit off to the left, but there have been a couple of pitches that have looked good, but again, it's it's questionable, and we certainly aren't going to take sides with it, but there were a couple of pitches that looked good from this vantage point.
And
That's
now,
probably.
And now the other coaches come out to voice his little input.
Well, I think it's a bit of that cat and mouse. You don't want your opposition to get the last word and have that be the last thing the umpire hears.
Mike Morrissey walking both gentlemen back to their respective benches so we can proceed with this game.
Because it's not going to get any cooler. That's for sure. So, back to work here. Chase Turner in the right side batter's box. Sorry, in the left side batter's box. Set to go here. And that rise ball, Turner got a piece of that and just missed that pitch. He fouled it straight back off the screen.
Chase was 1 for 2 this morning against the Batman, but had a real good eye at the plate, accumulated 2 walks.
And that ball is flared into shallow left, and that's going to drop just foul. Almost dumped one into no man's land. And Sagdahl, of course, was on his horse and ready to get to third at the very least on that play, had it landed fair. And a good pitch, drop ball down. Portalicio sits down Turner, but not before. A solo shot from Greg Garrity has tied this ball game 1-1. That's where we stand through one complete. Back here in a moment.
The annual Boys of Summer Tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time Fastpitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer Tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program. At Cooper Tire, we make tires for people, not just cars. Our brand promise is that Cooper Tires perform on the road so drivers can perform everywhere those roads take them, because life is a journey. From the everyday motorist to the most demanding high-performance off-road and motorsports enthusiasts, we have tires for you. Cooper Tire is proudly based in Findlay, Ohio, and we have manufacturing, sales and distribution, technical and design operations within our family of companies in more than a dozen countries around the world. Visit us online at coopertire.com to learn more. Cooper Tire, proud of where we've been, confident in where we're going.
Welcome back here, and it'll be Eric Urbanea to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. Urbanea will be followed by Eric Ochoa and Rob McGiffin. 1-1 ball game in the top of the second inning, as Ramon Jones missing up. So the count now 1 ball, no strikes. Jones again working that outside corner for a called strike. Count even 1-1. And a two-hopper fielded by Ramon Jones, and he gets off that mound in a hurry. Does it himself, one unassisted.
Doesn't take a lot of big steps for Urbanea to get over to that first base line.
Not at all, as Ramon scooped that on the second hop, and with a step and a half, he was already along the baseline. And an easy tag to get Urbanea. So Eric Ochoa now, the right fielder, with his first look at Ramon Jones. And that ball's laced down the left field line. Fair ball. Rounding first and heading into second with a stand-up double is Eric Ochoa. And another runner in scoring position for the Scarborough Force.
Ramon Jones not fooling anyone right now. That's the third hit off him today. He's still looking for his first strikeout, too.
Certainly doesn't have the velocity that we've seen from Ramon Jones in the past. We'll see here, though, if he can continue to be effective. As Rob McGiffin, big swing and a miss. It's hot, important that you stay focused. And again, the Scarborough Force hitters stepping out. And that way, Jones can't quick pitch them. And now Jones is going to take extra long taking
and
a
he
sign,
stepped off the mound.
and he'll step off the zone. So the cat and mouse game continues.
Now he wants to talk to catcher Pinto.
And Scott Surley's going to come down and ask, is this an official meeting or what exactly is the issue here? The only one that doesn't know what's going on is McGiffin. He's sort of just saying, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
And a swing and a miss. Good hard drop ball on the outer half from Jones.
Nice pitch there by Jones.
Count
Ball.
now 0-2.
Ball dropped about 6 or 8 inches off that table.
And again, comes back with the drop ball. So a good sequence from Pinto and Ramon Jones. They get Rob McGiffin. And with 2 out, it'll be Pablo Figueroa batting from the left side. Runner on second, 2 away here as Jones starts him off with a ball up in the zone. 1-1 ball game. We're in the top of the second. And that rise ball fouled back and ricochets off the back fence and off the back of Mike Morrissey's head. No damage done. It's going to take a little more than that to get through that skull.
That was not me, Mike.
Mike knows I like him, but you got to take it like the rest of the team. And that ball shot down, fielded this time by Kevin Castillo over to first in time. So second time around, it's a clean one despite giving up that double. Ramon Jones leaves it stranded, so 1 hit, 1 runner left aboard, but nothing pushed across for the Force. We'll mosey on down to the bottom of the second after this.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
The law firm of Fireman Steinmetz Dea built its reputation on getting fair compensation for victims of serious personal injury or catastrophic claims. With a combined 90 years of experience and a fierce dedication to achieving results, fireman lawyers have recovered millions of dollars every year for our clients. Whether you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, a slip and fall, or as a result of any other act of negligence, when we represent you, we're committed to getting the results you deserve. With the lawyers at Fireman Steinmetz Dea, you are not alone. Contact us through firemanlawyers.com for a free consultation. No legal fees are billed until you receive your settlement. We thank Jack Fireman for his generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
Welcome back here as we get set for the bottom of the second inning. It'll be the number 6 hitter in Kevin Schellenberg, followed by Chris Waverick and Lucia Pinto. The scheduled 3 hitters for the BCA's Tie ball game 1-1. Winner, of course, advances to play tomorrow morning. The loser, well, they're done. It was a good run, but coming up short and not making it to championship Saturday.
Schellenberg struggled this morning against the Batman, 0 for 2. Two strikeouts and had one sacrifice fly, though.
So that pitch from Portalicio in there for a called strike from Mike Morrissey.
Doesn't seem like Mike has many fans today. Pitchers don't like him, now the batters don't like him.
You know, it's a tough job back there, I tell you. You're going to have to learn to go friendless. And anyone who is actually being your friend probably has an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
So
keep your eyes open.
1-2 floats that one way up. So the count now 2-2. Of course, the Legends Tournament in full effect now, as is the under-21. So this complex very busy with a lot of the diamonds having participants on them. And a swing and a miss. Chased the pitch out of the strike zone. Schellenberg knew it. Back-to-back strikeouts going back an inning for Juan Portalicio, and that'll bring up Chris Waverick, the designated player.
Waverick batted out that 8-hole this morning against the Batman. He was 2 for 2 with a walk. So him and Pinto have switched positions. Waverick and Pinto reversing order there in this game.
That pitch fouled off hard by Waverick. But a little late on that fastball from Portalicio. That pitch from Porto in there for a called strike. So up in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. And Portalicio tried to bend that one and wrap it around the outside corner, not able to do it. So 1-2.
Again, both teams playing a little cat and mouse here. Portalicio taking a lot of time on the mound, and Waverick stepping in, stepping out.
And then Juan will always trump you and take more time. Important game, so understand guys want to be very deliberate. And down goes Waverick. Third strikeout of the ball game for Portalicio, and that will bring up Lucier Pinto, the catcher. We'll see if each of these pitchers can settle in a bit, find a bit of a rhythm.
Well, both of them had pretty rough starts, but they both straightened out. Portalicio now with 3 consecutive strikeouts.
That flare, Donnie Hale on a great grab. Good effort from Donnie Hale. Fully outstretched to catch that pop-up in foul territory. And Pinto, 1 pitch, he's done. And so are the BC Athletics in the second. No runs, no hits, and nobody left the board. Through 2 complete. We're tied, 1-1, back here after this.
First Nations Payment Systems strives to deliver innovative and secure solutions that benefit merchants everywhere. We can help you decrease your costs and increase your revenues. With more than 1 million merchant locations using the First Nations Payment Systems platform worldwide, you can't go wrong by making the switch. When you partner with First Nations Payments, your clients will benefit from our world-class payment experts, support staff, and cutting-edge technologies. To learn more about how First Nations Payments can help your organization, contact us through our website at firstnationspayments.ca. We thank First Nations Payments for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
So back here now for the top of the third inning. It'll be the top of the shop for the Scarborough Force. Jerome Remeke to lead things off, and Remeke walked and scored the lone Scarborough run out in the first inning. Jones nibbling and getting some of that outside corner for a called strike. And Remeke's going to adjust and go with no glasses. You're probably okay if you're looking away from the sun, but on defense, you're definitely going to need them.
Yeah, I'm sure the outfielders have them right now.
And that one in really tight to Remeke. Obviously a brushback pitch, as Remeke had to jump to get out of the way of that. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And that pitch just fouled. So a big rip from Remeke. Not able to keep the ball between the lines, and he's in the hole now, 1-2.
Big, powerful swing, though. Good twist of the hands and good quick turn.
And Jones comes back inside and doesn't get the call. And he'll take another long stroll and has to realize the more you do that, the longer you and your team are out there in the sun.
Yeah, it has to be a little set down for your teammates as well. I see him reacting like this.
And comes back inside, a flare handled neatly by Kevin Castillo for the first out of the third inning. So good inside pitch from Ramon Jones in on the hands of Jerome Remeke. And all he could do was flare that down the third, and now it's Andy Skelton who looks at a called strike. Skelton singled in the first, was left stranded. Erased on a 6-4-3 double play. And a big healthy cut there, just missed that. Looks like it may have, I don't know if the ball may have caught Pinto in the fingers or if it might have been the bat.
I don't think it touched, but again, we're at a little tough angle from our positioning here in the booth.
Well, he's in considerable amount of pain in his hand, so not quite sure. As that pitch, and I don't know if I've ever seen a pitch quite like that one.
Well, it didn't hurt the mascot.
No, it didn't hurt anyone, actually, but it also didn't get to the plate. Now, was that classified as a pitch? Or?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. It's one way of wasting one. And took a little off, went upstairs, and down goes Skelton, chasing a ball out of the zone. Second strikeout of the ball game for Ramon Jones, and that will bring up Bruno Matroni. And it was Matroni that bounced into the 6-4-3 double play an inning ago, and he lifts that one up to center, going back, back with a track on it, and grabbing that over the fence is Pat Sagdahl, and robbing Bruno Machoni of a home run, and good defense keeps the score 1-1. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this.
Think about the greatest tournaments and championships played in fastball. Remember the players who have been at the highest pinnacle of our game, like Adam Folkard and Andrew Kirkpatrick. Gorilla Gold was there helping them win. What has been a closely guarded secret by the most prominent players is now available for you. We're ready to give you a hand to play at your best in all conditions. Visit us online at GorillaGold.com to order your Gorilla Gold products today.
If a man runs for president, interviews for a high-level job, or needs a good table at a smart restaurant, chances are he'll be wearing a suit. Mr. Ned is your custom tailor in New York City. Located at 137 Fifth Avenue, we provide our clients with the highest quality custom suits at affordable pricing. Our range of fabrics is second to none and will fit the needs of any well-dressed professional. Whether it be everyday business attire or a special occasion, we have the ability to make you a man of distinction. Visit the store at 137 Fifth Avenue in New York or see us online at MrNedNYC.com. We thank Mr. Ned and Var Matosian for generously supporting the broadcast program.
So it will be the number 9 hitter to lead things off in Jenner Christensen. He will be followed by the top of the shop in Marcus Tan, then Kevin Castillo. To face Juan Portolicio. 1-1 ball game. Home half of the third. This is Christensen's first at bat of the ball game. First look at Portolicio.
Jenner batted out of that 9-hole against the Batman this morning, just 0 for 1 with 1 walk.
Makes the bunt and takes a ball. And Portolicio's going to ask exactly where that is, because that pitch actually looked pretty close to being right around the plate. I don't want to say it looked like it split the plate in half, but
No, I didn't hear you.
it certainly did, as Portolicio comes back and gets the call on the outside corner. So the count even now at 1-1. And we're not trying to pick on Mike Morrissey, not at all. But it is our job to state the obvious. Good bunt attempt there, but can't keep it fair. So Christensen trying to make the defense work a bit. And with that said, you've got McGiffin and Donnie Hale creeping in on the corners. So Christensen stepping out pretty late, and a pitch flared up and out of play.
Jenner Christian was one of the 7 people on that BC A team with a home run this week. They had 8 total throughout the week.
Well, you figure if you're still alive on Friday, you have been playing some team ball, and guys have picked up other guys, and that's what good teams do. And that pitch missing down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big matchup later on today. We'll see the 3-time defending champ Hill United Chiefs taking on the Toronto Gators in the undefeated game. Winner of that will punch their ticket to the final on Championship Saturday. So that, of course, on slate, but a couple games before that. Big swing and a miss. Good pitch from Portolicio. Gets Jenner Christensen with the rise ball, and there's one away.
Nice pitch set up there by Portolicio.
Now batting, left fielder number 21,
4 strikeouts so far in this ball game for Portolicio. And that will bring up the leadoff hitter in Marcus Tan. Tan had a line drive first pitch swinging in the first, but it was right at Pablo Figueroa in center field. One, hard ground ball, going to be a tough play, and it is. Takes a nasty bounce for Lima. Rounding first and in the second with a double is Marcus Tan.
Good wheels by Marcus Tan to read that slow grounder after it went by the second baseman, Jorge Lima. Tan now sitting in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I'm assuming you got to charge him an error on that, but that's a pretty hard hit ball and a tough play off a bad last hop for Lima.
He was playing pretty deep. I'm not sure what the official scorekeeper is going to give him. I put down double because I thought it was a fairly hard hit ball.
Well, usually you guys are a pretty tough crowd.
Well, he would have had to go to his backhand too.
Today, all of a sudden, you're pretty gracious, Joe.
Later on in the week. It's been a tough week out there for them,
As
too.
Marcus Tan's going to take off and slide into third on the pass ball. Well, we even had to go and count on Buddha to see. We even had to call the big boys to
reinforcements.
Get their opinion, and it looks like Marcus Tan, your average is safe up here as we give you a double. Now you're sitting on third. And Kevin Castillo with a chance here to bring in one as he fouls that one up and out of play. So a runner on third, 1 away. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kevin Castillo at the plate with a chance to break that tie and give the A's the lead here. Infield creeping in. Portolicio tried to work the outside corner. Didn't catch any part of the plate. And the count now 2 balls and a strike. Now, Portolicio has to understand when you take a ball like that, you have to at least get it checked, at the very least. And it was, and he's back in the circle ready to go. 2-1 to count. Runner on third. And Castillo, base hit, that's going to drop. Marcus Tan's going to trot home easy. An RBI single for Kevin Castillo, and the A's lead this one 2-1.
Again, that tandem set up by Marcus Tan and Kevin Castillo. Been a real reckoning for us here for the BCAs all week.
So 2-1 to score, and that'll bring up Greg Garrity, of course. His solo blast in the first gave the A's the early lead. And he waves at that pitch for strike one. And similar to his last at bat, Joe, it looked like he was guessing up there, waved at the first 2 pitches, and then launched the 4th one he saw about some 300 plus feet.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Well, apparently so, as he fouls that one off. So once again in the hole now, 0-2. And check the swing. They're going to appeal that, and he did not go around. So Garrity gets the benefit of the call there. And we'll see if he can be productive with another life. And a good hard drop outside corner. As was Mike Morris, C count even now 2-2. And that pitch from Garrity lifted up and battling the sun as Donnie Hale makes the grab. So a big out there, getting Garrity to pop up to the first baseman, Donnie Hale, for the second out of the inning, and that will bring up Pat Sagdahl. Sagdahl, of course, with that outstanding grab in center field, robbing Bruno Matroni of a home run in the top of this inning, as he looks at a called strike.
Second time through the order now, so they're starting to get on to a little bit on Juan Podolicio. 2 hits out of the last 3 batters.
That one's grounded up the middle, and a good play just to get to it. Probably an ill-advised throw from Lima, but great range to keep it in the infield. Either way, Sagdahl with a hit.
Great play by Lima just to get to that ball, but then he probably should have just swallowed it and just kept it in his hand now that Kevin Castillo has advanced over to third base.
So with that said, there will be a bit of a meeting as Marcus Tan will go over and talk to his skipper while the Force meet in the circle. It'll be Chase Turner now that has a chance here if he can deliver with 2 outs. 2-1 the lead in favor of the BCAs. A double from Marcus Tan, advanced to third on a pass ball, and then an RBI single from Kevin Castillo has given the A's the 1-run lead.
Kind of our lines blocked out here, but I think there is a little bit of action down in that Scarborough Force bullpen. I do see somebody on their haunches down there. Maybe just being the guard for their pitcher warming up. 2 choices down there, either left-hander Eric Urbanea or Donnie Scott.
I haven't seen Donnie Scott. He didn't work any innings in last night's ball game, so he could certainly be in contention there as Turner looks at a called strike. He struck out to end the first.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 77, Chase Turner.
Right-hander Donnie Scott warming up down that right field line.
Runner goes, a flare in betweener, lets it bounce and over to first, safe. Not quite sure what happened between Remeke and McGiffin as they both let that pop fly land in the infield. And Turner beats it out.
Well, it was a weird play all the way around because Chase Turner, I don't know which way he was going to first base, but he kind of came into it a different route than normal. But again, it's communications on that infield by Ramaki and McGiffin.
Well, the problem was that Turner thought the ball was going to be caught. So when it wasn't, then he had to put on the jets and keep running. So he wasn't sure.
Well, he ran it anyway.
Big swing and a miss from Kevin Schellenberg. So 3-1 the score as the BCAs push across another run here in unconventional fashion. And Schellenberg now with another chance to increase the lead as he looks at a called strike from Podolicio.
4th hit off of Podolicio this inning.
No balls and 2 strikes to count. They're 2 away, 2 men on. And Schellenberg, big swing and a miss. Down he goes. And down go the A's, but not before. They push 2 runs across, and they lead this one now 3-1.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Why do you play? For 100 years since 1912, Worth has been helping top athletes answer that question. Whether it's for strikeouts or home runs, the Worth K-Master 120 is the best ball in men's fast-pitch softball, and there's nothing soft about it or you. Worth is proud to be the official ball supplier to the ISC. Visit worthsports.com for more information on Worth products, including the K-Master.
Welcome back here as we head to the top of the fourth inning. It'll be the cleanup hitter, Jorge Lima, followed by Donnie Hale and Eric Urbanea. 3-1 the score in favor of the BCAs as they capitalized and plated 2 runs last inning to regain the lead. They opened the scoring in the first. Of course, the Force answered in the home half, and then they put up 2 in the third.
Force with 6 home runs this week. Lima with 3 of those home runs.
That pitch fouled off. Lima had an infield single in the first, but wasn't able to get any further than first base. And that one in on the hands, fouled straight back. So Ramon Jones challenged him, and Lima just missed that pitch.
Well, we'll see how Ramon Jones, if he challenges him right after him or he throws a little bit of a waste pitch.
And a good waste pitch low and inside. So tough to get hurt there. And the count now 1-2. And again, same spot, 2-2. And a swing and a miss. A good sequence from Ramon Jones. Sits down Jorge Lima.
Third strikeout of the game for Ramon Jones.
And how's your view of things? Are you obstructed at all with that umbrella?
Nope, I'm good. Other than about 3 feet down that line, but I'll be fine.
How about that one?
Yeah, I'm looking at that one.
Okay. So Donnie Hale now takes a strike. And Donnie Hale hasn't been the Donnie Hale we've seen in the past, at least up to this point. As a big swing and a miss. Donnie Hale is usually an all-world performer. Has struggled a bit here in this tournament.
Donnie does have fairly good touch, though. He does hit the ball. He's got fairly good wheels with 2 doubles down that line.
Hale coming in batting .286, which is a low batting average for someone of his caliber. Full count here. And that ball, high chopper, Jones on it. Throw over in time. So good defense by Ramon Jones. They get Donnie Hale. And that will bring up Eric Urbanea.
Ramon Jones just got off that mound and charged that ball. Fired a bullet overhand, too, down to first baseman Greg Garrity.
So Urbanea now grounded out in the second inning. And he looks at a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. 2 away here, 3-1 the score. A's looking to close the door in the bottom of in the top of this inning, and that pitch is flared down the line and just foul. Important after you put some runs on the board that you come onto the next inning clean, and that's what Ramon Jones is trying to do.
On the other side of that coin, Scarborough Force trying to find a reply.
And Jones outside corner doesn't get the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So he's going to be able to select which ball he wants, which options we know are always good, Joe.
Oh, they're great.
1-2 the count here to Eric Urbanea. And that pitch, drop ball, just missed. So 2-2. And Jones comes with another hard drop and misses again. So that runs the count full. 3-2, chop foul. So Urbanea does everything just to stay alive. And Jones still having some choice words with Mike Morrissey.
Urbanea is a tough out at the plate.
His last at bat was that high chopper. Jones scooped it off the mound and missing down. So Urbanea with a 2-out walk. And that will bring up Eric Ochoa. Ochoa doubled in his last at bat. So he's 1 for 1. And weren't able to move him along as McGiffin struck out and then Figueroa grounded out to end the inning and the threat. So a runner aboard here with 2 out. And not sure who called time there, if it was someone in the BC dugout or if it was Ochoa or if it was Jones. That pitch is inside outed, down the line and out of play. Good pitch inside from Jones, in on the hands of Ochoa. And Jones missing out. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away here, 3-1 ball game in favor of the Athletics. Trying to earn a spot in tomorrow's quarterfinal. That goes, I believe, at 10, Joe, or 11? 11 o'clock on Championship Saturday. That ball lifted out and on a rope and a line. That's going to drop. Base hit. Rounding second. Headed to third. Rounding third. Big turn. Ball comes in. A double for Eric Ochoa, his second double of the ball game. And just like that, 2 men aboard for the Scarborough Force.
Good play by Chase Turner to get on that ball and get that ball back into the infield, leaving Eric Urbanea at third base.
So some good defense, good heads-up play by Turner out there. And now it'll be up to Rob McGiffin to see if he can't cut into this 3-1 deficit. And a good hard drop ball over the outside corner for called strike. And a big rip and a miss. So Jones up in the count now 0-2. 2 men aboard, 2 out. And the Force trailing by 2. Top of the 4th inning. So McGiffen's got to work here.
Need a good plate appearance here by McGiffen.
And outside corner called strike. Seems like everyone on the diamond knew that. Turn that K the other way and sit McGiffen down. So a couple of base runners squandered in the top of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left aboard. And we're headed to the bottom of the 4th. 3-1 in favor of the A's.
Sometimes people worry about asking for help because there can be a stigma around mental health problems.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
They might believe that asking for help means admitting that something's wrong.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Some people worry about how others might see them.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Asking for help means that you want to make changes and take the first steps towards better mental health.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
We should celebrate the courage it takes to speak up and make changes.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Getting help is part of recovery.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Mental health isn't something you need to keep to yourself. Talk to a friend. Trust your teammates. You're not alone.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
The first steps may be the toughest, but knowing where to look for help is a good start. Community mental health organizations like the Canadian Mental Health Association or Mental Health America offer resources and programs that can help you. Visit cmha.ca or mentalhealthamerica.net to find a branch in your community.
And remember,
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
For all your team uniform.
Back here as it will be Chris Waverick to lead things off. He swings through strike 1. Waverick struck out in his last plate appearance. And a hard shot to short, fielded by Remeke over to first in time. Good play, got the benefit of a very good bounce, did Remeke. And 6-3 on the putout will bring up Lucia Pinto.
Good range by Remeke there and showed his great arm, good accurate arm over to first base.
Pinto, of course, popped out, and it was Donnie Hale's great diving grab in foul territory that erased him and ended the 2nd inning. So his 2nd plate appearance. And a healthy hack, just fouled it back. And Licio coming hard and hitting the spot for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And working the top of that zone, but not getting the call. It's Portalicio, and that'll run the count to 2-2. Lance Winn, Joe Todd, glad you joined us here on the ISC Network. As that pitch again fouled off, and
Pinto took a mean cut of that ball.
He certainly did. We're in the midst of game 65 on the schedule, day 7 of competition. And Portalicio Hard drop outside, doesn't get the call, and that'll run the count full now. Good job by Pinto to take a very close pitch. And that ball driven out deep, and you can get out of this ballpark. A line drive home run from Lucier Pinto. And just like that, the BC lead is now 4-1.
Well, it's great when you get some contribution on that bottom part of your order. Number 8 batter, Lucier Pinto, the catcher coming through with a big clutch hit there. The 4th run now for the BCAs.
So with a 4-1 lead now, it's going to be Jenner Christensen, the number 9 hitter, who steps in. So as of right now, Joe, you can go back to the fact that these BCAs have already had a warm-up game today, and the Force come in kind of cold, although that's pretty hard to say on a day like this. But the fact that they've already had a few at-bats at the very least and are extra warmed up. So they seem to be on a bit of a roll here, leading 4-1.
And so far this week, that's been holding true.
Portalicio, outside corner, called strike. 2-1. And a big swing, got a piece of it, but that's about it. A pitch lifted up and will drift foul. Don't hit that beer tent, whatever you do.
No, most important person here this week.
Most popular booth, the park. Understandably so. A pitch from Portalicio missing. And the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball again fouled off. So Christensen's having himself a good at-bat here, making Portalicio throw a lot of pitches.
And in that hot sun, that really tires you out.
Certainly takes a lot out of you, that is true. And Portalicio loses him, and a walk from Christensen. Well earned, I must say, and that will take it to the top of the shop now and mark this 10.
Now batting the left fielder, number 21.
So in an inning that started off very easy for Juan Portalicio, hard ground ball to short, and a home run given up to Lucier Pinto. And now he walked Jenner Christensen, and we're going to see Donnie Scott come in and take over. That's exactly what's going to happen here.
Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good, and so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
Welcome back here as Donnie Scott has come in to relieve Juan Portalicio, and he will face the leadoff man in Marcus Tan. Tan flied out to center in the first, doubled and scored a run in the third.
Marcus Tan having a great offensive tournament here.
Donnie Scott, that pitch right off Donnie Hale's glove. That's going to be a base hit, and the runners will advance. Runner will advance in Christensen. So a hard hit ball goes off the glove of Donnie Hale. I'm not even sure he really saw that too well, Joe.
Well, especially with the sun in his eyes there. Line drive right at him.
So an infield liner has Marcus Tanon with his second hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up Kevin Castillo. Castillo working 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, and he sure took a healthy hack at that pitch.
Second game that Donnie Scott's appeared in. 4 innings of work so far. The 3 strikeouts in those 4 innings, and did pick up the 1 win.
Certainly no stranger to the big stage, Donnie Scott. And he's in here to try and close the door on the A's and give his Scarborough Force team a chance, as they have already plated a run here, courtesy Luger Pinto, and a solo home run. Scott rears back, gets that call in the outside corner. Castillo never left the batter's box, stayed in the exact same position. And a rise ball up and out. And the thing about Donnie Scott, that rise ball's his bread and butter. And if he can get you to chase it, he will continue to feed it to you.
Exactly. That's the pitch that he relies on. That's going to be his strikeout pitch.
Does have good velocity, hard drop, and a swing and a miss. Doesn't have a change though, Joe, and I think that might be the only knock on Donnie Scott.
Yeah, he doesn't have a change. He's got a little bit of an off-speed pitch that he kind of just slows down his drop ball.
The 1-2. And chasing it out of the zone was Castillo. So he's down on strikes. And there are 2 away now for Greg Garrity.
Number 19, Greg Garrity.
Rowan Lamb now playing third base for the Scarborough Force.
So we were wondering about Rob McGiffin. Felt that he was struggling a little bit this week, and Rowan Lamb has been an impact player here for the Force, as that pitch to Garrity fouled straight back. So good matchup, power pitcher, power hitter. Four-1 ball game. And Donnie Scott working the other half and gets the call. So Greg Garrity in the hole 0-2. And he shouldn't be surprised. In each of his previous 2 at-bats, he's been in the hole 0-2. Homered in his first, popped out in his second at-bat. And that pitch is a called strike. So down goes Garrity. Down go the Force. Opportunity squandered, but they do push a run across, courtesy a Luger Pinto home run. The score now 4-1 in favor of the BCAs.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Back here for our Slide to 5. Lance Winn alongside Joe Todd. Glad to have you with us here on the ISC network as the BC Athletics lead the Scarborough Force 4-1. Ramon Jones in the circle for the A's, and it will be Pablo Figueroa, followed by Jerome Remeke and Andy Skelton.
Scarborough Force have to get something on the board this inning.
And Jones missing out. He's questioned a couple of calls, and we've seen a bit of frustration, but on a whole, Jones has kept his composure. And he comes inside with that pitch. And claiming that it went over the plate, even though Figueroa is hovering over the dish just a bit, and Jones in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. And again, another brushback pitch. 3-1.
Jones trying to reestablish his part of the plate. Figueroa wanting to get as close to that plate as he can.
And again, that pitch, though, inside corner, doesn't get the call. And you can see again, Ramon Jones frustrated. But you've got a guy in Figueroa that hovers over that dish, and sometimes it'll throw off the umpire's perception on a pitch that seems like it's inside, but it does catch the inner part of the plate.
That's correct. It's just strictly the umpire's decision there on that strike zone, but Ramon Jones and Mike Morrissey kind of not on that same page right now. Ramon Jones working for that first strike.
So Jones starts Remeke off with a strike. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Count. 4-1. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Jones missing out. Count now 2-1. And that pitch, good touch from Remeke, but can't keep it between the lines as it drifts foul. And now it's a 2-2 count.
Hey, like you do, kid. Come on. Come on, Romy.
And a hard hit ball to Hopper, neatly over, but can't handle it is Garrity. So they do get the lead runner in a good play there from Christensen to Schellenberg. But Garrity not able to squeeze that and complete the double play. So that will leave Remeke at first base and eliminate Figueroa from the base paths.
Again, 3rd time through the order now for the Scarborough Force, so they should be picking up the intricacies and the tendencies of Ramon Jones.
So Andy Skelton now steps in. That pitch in there for a called strike. Looks like Lucas Mata is warming up in the A's bullpen. And again, Jones trying to establish that inner part of the plate and just not getting that call from home plate umpire Mike Morrissey.
1 ball, 1 strike, let's play.
And we certainly can't argue the calls, Joe. We just don't have the vantage point as a good healthy cut is fouled straight back by Skelton. Skelton 1 for 2, singled in the first, struck out in the third. Everyone doing their best here. Good crowd on hand. Trying to find those little pieces of shade around the ballpark. And they're going to check that swing and see if he went. And no, he didn't. Pinto did a good job to squeeze that ball. But they claim Skelton did not go around. 2-2. That ball up and foul. So Skelton with a good cut. He's right on Ramon Jones, but he hasn't been able to keep it fair here in this at bat.
Andy Skelton also struggling at the plate this week, 1 for 9 with 1.11 batting average, but with 5 strikeouts in those 9 times at the plate.
So they could use a little something from him here and now. In the 5th, trailing 4-1. Two the count. And he goes to the outside and doesn't get that either. So Morrissey tough on the in, tough on the out, tough on Ramon Jones overall. And that ball is lifted up into left field. Should be an easy play, and it is for Marcus Tan. Runner is going to tag and advance on the play. So good heads-up base running from Remeke. Realized that it was a deep fly ball. Went back to first and tagged on the play and slides in safely at second base.
Again, just like Lance said, good heads-up base running, taking that extra base. Now he's in scoring position, even though there's 2 out. A little bit of an off-field dribbler now. He'll be crossing the plate.
So Bruno Matroni steps in now, robbed of a home run by Pat Sagdahl in the 3rd inning as he looks at a pitch inside. Be interesting if Sagdahl doesn't make that grab, what this game looks like. Probably swings the momentum one way to the other. That pitch from Jones in there for a called strike, so the count even 1-1. Although this game's always full of what ifs.
Yes.
That's really what this game is based on. And that ball flared out, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score is Remeke. So good heads-up base running. Comes back and allows the Force to cash in a run with 2 out, courtesy a bloop hit from Bruno Matroni, and the score now is 4-2.
Just the intricacies of men's fastball. Last time Bruno Matroni hit the ball so hard that it just about left the park. Great grab by Pat Sagdahl. This time he bloops a single and he scores a run in.
So Jorge Lima now steps in. Lima singled and struck out. His hit in the first was an infield single. And that ball down the line. Great play at third base over to first. What an outstanding play from Kevin Castillo as he robbed Jorge Lima of extra bases. And he ends the inning and the threat. And I'm sure Ramon Jones will give him a high five. 4-2. Favor of the A's. Back here with our slide to 5 in a moment.
At Cooper Tire, we make tires for people, not just cars. Our brand promise is that Cooper Tires perform on the road so drivers can perform everywhere those roads take them, because life is a journey. From the everyday motorist to the most demanding high-performance off-road and motorsports enthusiasts, we have tires for you. Cooper Tire is proudly based in Findlay, Ohio, and we have manufacturing, sales and distribution, technical and design operations within our family of companies in more than a dozen countries around the world. Visit us online at coopertire.com to learn more. Cooper Tire, proud of where we've been, confident in where we're going.
First Nations Payment Systems strives to deliver innovative and secure solutions that benefit merchants everywhere. We can help you decrease your costs and increase your revenues. With more than 1 million merchant locations using the First Nations Payment Systems platform worldwide, you can't go wrong by making the switch. When you partner with First Nations Payments, your clients will benefit from our world-class payment experts, support staff, and cutting-edge technologies. To learn more about how First Nations Payments can help your organization, contact us through our website at firstnationspayments.ca. We thank First Nations Payments for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
Lance Winn alongside Joe Todd. Glad you have decided to spend some of your later afternoon with us. I guess it's early evening if you're in Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be Pat Sagdahl followed by Chase Turner and Kevin Schellenberg to face Donnie Scott here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sagdahl is 1 for 1 with a walk, and that pitch is going to drift foul.
Just want to take us back a half an inning. That was a great play by Kevin Castillo at third base, especially with a runner on base there, a crucial part of the game.
Well, we spoke about it, and that's probably another run's going to come in to score there, and all of a sudden the pressure's on with a 1-run lead. He was going to get to second for sure as Donnie Scott floats that rise ball in. Certainly wanted that corner. Didn't get it. Count 2-1.
One of my lines when I was coaching was offense wins games, defense wins championships.
Well, luckily you made that one up, Joe.
On the back of a t-shirt somewhere.
Attaboy. That's the thing. Utilize all good quotes. I couldn't agree with you more, Coach. As Scott nibbling, doesn't get the call. Mike Morrissey's been pretty tight with that rounded outside corner to left-handed batters. Ramon Jones has been crying about it. And now Donnie Scott's had a few things. That hard hit ball. Good play, but couldn't squeeze it. So Rowan Lamb got a good jump on that ball, but again, able to knock it down, keep it in the infield, and hold Sagdahl to a single. But Sagdahl has been hitting the ball a ton here in this ball game. His second hit, and that'll bring up Chase Turner.
He got moved up to 4th in that order this morning. He's been batting about 6th or 7th all week.
One attempt from Turner, can't connect, and it'll be a strike. And that ball lifted up into no man's land. Going to be a tough play. Remke going back, makes the play to retire Turner and keep Sagdahl at first base. So a pop to short now will bring up Kevin Schellenberg.
Now batting, second baseman number 4, Kevin Schellenberg.
That ball is going to find its way out to right field, but right at Eric Ochoa. And he makes an easy grab for the second out. So Schellenberg gone, and that'll bring up Chris Waverick.
Number 25, Chris Waverick.
Waverick 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Waverick here trying to move the runners along at the very least, but with 2 out, wouldn't mind finding a gap somewhere, I'm sure. Donnie Scott trying to hold here and keep his team in this ball game. As that pitch from Scott in there for a strike. So finally, Mike Morrissey cooperating with that outside corner.
Waverick not agreeing, but
and a big swing and a miss. So down goes Waverick. Donnie Scott gets out of the inning. And no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left aboard. We played 5 complete, 4-2 the score in favor of the Athletics. Back here in a moment.
Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good. And so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
Welcome back here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Donnie Hale followed by Eric Urbanea and Eric Ochoa. The scheduled 3 for the Scarborough Force. Down to their final 6 outs here, trailing by 2 runs to the BCA's. Ramon Jones still in the circle, even though Lucas Mata's been warming up down in that bullpen. Jones in there for a called strike to Hale. Donnie Hale is 0 for 2 ground outs. Hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. And that's very Donnie Hale-like. He went 0 for 3 in last night's ball game. And this time he takes a pitch inside from Jones. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. And Jones missing inside. 2-2. And once again, Jones going back to the inner corner. Doesn't get the call, and now the count is full. So down goes Donnie Hale for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Eric Urbanea. Stick around. The game to follow this one is the A1 Bombers out of Saskatoon taking on the New York Gremlins. Sure you tune in for that one, and that's a hard chopper going to go out to left field for a base hit from Urbanea, rounding first and sliding into second. Not sure if you call that sliding into second, but he got into second.
He fouled into second.
Yes, and with a double and a man in scoring position for the Force here in the top of the 6th. So we'll see here if now might be a...
Brian Johnson now running at second base for the Scarborough Force. For Eric Abanya. Brian Johnson.
So with the pinch runner in, that'll bring up Eric Ochoa. And Ochoa's been a real problem for the A's here. He has 2 doubles. Left stranded both times, but 2 for 2 ball game here. Thought maybe the Force would have an inclination to make a pitching change at this time. But it looks like it'll be Jones to face Ochoa one more time. And he shoots one down, fielded over at third to first in time. Good play there from Castillo. As ground ball, Jones induces the ground ball, and they finally get Ochoa.
Great defense there by Kevin Castillo at third base. That off-field ball going down that left field line.
So Rowan Lamb will step in with his first at bat after taking over for Rob McGiffin. So Jones gets out of it and will have to tuck in that shirt. And he's set to go against Lamb. Runner on second base, 2 away, 4-2 ball game in favor of the A's. The Force trying to tack on one here and cut the deficit in half. As that pitch from Jones in there for a strike.
Scarborough Force would love to pick up this run here, get back in within sights of 1. 4-2 margin here now in the 6th.
That pitch missing down, so the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones goes to the other half for a called strike.
Jones took a little bit off that pitcher. He's starting to get a little bit tired now. Didn't have the pepper on like he did earlier in the game.
Not sure if he did that intentionally or not. You're right, Joe. As he goes hard outside corner, everyone walks off the infield. Mike Morrissey doesn't move. Rowan Lamb keeps a foot in the box, and the count is 2-2. So anytime you do that, and we saw that in the Hill United game last night with the Scarborough Force, and they felt that Hill was taking liberties and sort of changing the umpire's mind. Either way, 3-2, swing and a miss. So a pitch later, same result. As down goes Lamb, down go the Scarborough Force as they are down to their final 3 outs, and we're headed to the bottom of the 6th, 4-2, favor of the BCAs.
If a man runs for president, interviews for a high-level job, or needs a good table at a smart restaurant, chances are he'll be wearing a suit. Mr. Ned is your custom tailor in New York City. Located at 137 Fifth Avenue, we provide our clients with the highest quality custom suits at affordable pricing. Our range of fabrics is second to none and will fit the needs of any well-dressed professional. Whether it be everyday business attire or a special occasion, we have the ability to make you a man of distinction. Visit the store at 137 Fifth Avenue in New York or see us online at MrNedNYC.com. We thank Mr. Ned and Varn Matosian for generously supporting the broadcast program.
The law firm of Fireman Steinmetz Dea built its reputation on getting fair compensation for victims of serious personal injury or catastrophic claims. With a combined 90 years of experience and a fierce dedication to achieving results, fireman lawyers have recovered millions of dollars every year for our clients. Whether you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, a slip and fall, or as a result of any other act of negligence, when we represent you, we're committed to getting the results you deserve. With the lawyers at Fireman Steinmetz Dea, you are not alone. Contact us through firemanlawyers.com for a free consultation. No legal fees are billed until you receive your settlement. We thank Jack Fireman for his generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
Thanks, Dave Anderson, as we get set here. First pitch to Lucia Pinto, missing up from Donnie Scott. It'll be Pinto followed by Christensen, then back up to Marcus Tan at the top of the order. Hard ground ball. Remeke plays it nicely. The throw not in time to get Pinto. Looks like it put a little air under that. But it was a tough last hop. Didn't come up, went down. And Remeke is doubled over there. And looks like just in frustration. Tough though, I think he went over the lip where the grass and the dirt meet. And had to throw a bit of an off-balance throw. Either way, leadoff single for Pinto.
Great play by Remeke just to get to that ball, really, and then a little bit off balance for his throw, and then just didn't have enough oomph on it to get over to first base for Donnie Hale.
So Matt Christensen will come in to run for Pinto. And it will be Jenner Christensen that is up at the plate. So I would expect to see some small ball here, Joe, knowing the importance of another run. I'm not sure what you think.
Well, I would do it if I was coaching, but again, you have to know what Jenner Christensen's been done in the last couple of games. Has he been struggling? Has he been doing his fair share of poking the ball the other way? Has he had Donnie Scott's number in the past? All those things come into play.
They do, as no sign of bunt. He looks at a called strike. I would think if you're in a 9-hole, you should at least have some bunting ability. As he squares and takes that in there for a called strike. So maybe you're right, Joe. Maybe the coaching staff knows something we don't, and Christensen maybe not the most effective bunter on the team. And he's in the hole 0-2. And Scott comes with a rise ball. So a good waste pitch. And the count now 1-2. And that's a squibbler in front, fielded and over to first in time from Matrone. And it looks like they're going to say that was
safe at first. He called it safe.
So we called him safe at first. So good wheels from Jenner Christensen. I thought that was an awfully close play and that they might have just got him. But a pivotal part of this ball game as Christensen beats one out. Pinto beat one out in the previous at bat, and now you have Christensen doing the same. And a very heated discussion as Griffin is gone, tossed from this ball game. And he's going to get his words in before he departs, that's for sure. So a pretty close play, two close plays. Neither of them went in favor of the Scarborough Force. And the Athletics now have 2 runners aboard with nobody out for Marcus Tan.
McGiffin just kind of making sure he protects his own teammates there, just to make sure nobody on the team on the baseball diamond itself gets thrown out. So he's out protecting them.
So it looked like Scott Surley and Paul McCart out there continuing the conversation and getting their point across. So nothing like a little help chiming in from the rest of the coaching staff. Similar to the Toronto Gators, they've got a very large number of coaches on the bench, so they can afford to give up a couple. So Ted here to work against Donnie Scott to second. Over to, and in time, double play this time. So well executed on the 4-6-3. certainly helps Donnie Scott and the Force out. And there'll be 2 away for Kevin Castillo, although you still have the other Christensen at third base with an insurance run.
Great play there by Kevin Schellenberg, but personally I would have thought the Marcus Tan would have been laying down a bunt in that situation.
I would have had to agree with you. I think that a third run is definitely needed. But again, it was the same thing with the bunt. Christensen with a squibbler beat that out, and that worked out better than expected, but erased on the double play as Castillo saw something he liked, a big hard hack, but just missed it.
Lima has played a good second base for the Force all week.
Well, that was a great play and a great flip to Remeke. Not easy to do, but the benefit here is this very soft infield, and the bounces stay down as opposed to popping up. As Donnie Scott goes off the mascot, Karam's good, so no damage done as Matroni retrieves that ball, and Christensen is still stuck on third. 2 away here. Kevin Castillo the batter, 1-2 count. 4-2 in favor of the Athletics. And that ball is a rip but fouled way out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Donnie Scott's done a good job in relief of Juan Porlicio as a good waste pitch there evens the count at 2s. Took a little off, and that ball to Lima over to first in time. And even though there was another ball that came in the play, Lima stood fast and made the 4-3 putout to end the inning and the threat. And you talk about dodging a bullet. That's what the Force did. Their last at bat coming up, trailing by 2. Back here in a moment.
Free means different things to different people. Free is the laughter we share together. Free are the tears of joy on that special day. Free is the ability to express yourself. Free is the air dancing around your fingers. Free feels good, and so does saving. At First Ontario Credit Union, our members always get free checking, free ATM use, free debit, free deposits, free e-statements, and new members get a free gift. Visit freeisgood.ca and get money doing better for you at First Ontario Credit Union.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud Fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Welcome back as we get set here for the top of the 7th inning. It'll be the number 9 hitter, followed by the top of the shop in Jerome Remeke and Andy Skelton. So Pablo Figueroa set to lead things off here for the Force, trailing by 2 runs. Ramon Jones still in the circle, even though Lucas Mata has been warming up for at least 2 innings now.
Well, Scarborough Force did themselves a real favor by playing some great defense last inning, now giving them a chance to get back in this game.
So Figueroa has grounded out and walked. And they're just waiting for Chase Turner to get ready. Fanning himself up there. I'm not sure if that's going to help. But
I just wonder if he had a bee around him or something, but.
No, but it's probably too hot for bees to be out. Gee. Jones pours in a first pitch strike to Figaro. So Jones trying to bring the A's home here as he goes to the outside corner. And Pinto framed that for a while so Mike Morrissey could get a good look at it. But didn't change his call. 1-1 as that pitch hits him. So certainly not the plan to put the leadoff man aboard, but Figaro, hit by a pitch, will make his way down the first base, and that will bring the tying run to the plate in Jerome Remeke.
It opens the door here now.
I'm not sure. You don't have another ball game today. Not sure how long you are going to go with Jones before you bring in the veteran Lucas Mata. Jones trying to work the outside corner, missing. Remeke walked and scored in the first, lined out in the third, and hit into a fielder's choice, but scored in the fifth. And that pitch from Jones in there for a strike. Remember, it was Remeke that tagged up on that deep fly ball, advanced to second, and then it was a single from Matroni that cashed him. As that rip just fouled. So the A1 Bombers and the New York Gremlins, and that'll be followed by the undefeated game, which is the Hill United Chiefs and the Toronto Gators. So lots of fast pitch still left here today at this ballpark. Took something off, and Remeke fouls that out of play.
Good mix of speeds there, Ramon Jones.
Well, you don't expect that from Jones, and he leaves that up in the zone. You really want to put a hurting on it, but you got to be leery because when he brings the heat, as he does there, missing down, you hesitate, you're going to miss out as the New York Gremlins stroll into the ballpark.
Being very careful here.
Ball is chopped just foul. Remeke almost snuck that down in by Castillo. Although Castillo plays a very good hot corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Lance Winn, Joe Todd. Got a good one here. 4-2 favor of the BCAs. And that ball is chopped right to Garrity to first, over to second. Not in time to get Figaro as he advances, but they do cut down Remeke.
The big part of that whole play is getting out.
And that's exactly what they did, and that'll bring up Andy Skelton with 1 out and a runner on. Took it aloft to Jones, and that's in there for a strike. If Skelton can get a hold of something here, that sure would change things. As a big rip fouls that off. So he's in the hole now, 0-2. And the question is, I guess, should you or would you take Ramon Jones out of this ball game? And it appears they are going to go with him. And he misses down. Good job from Pinto to keep that ball in front of him and in his glove, not allowing the runner in Figaro to advance to third. And that pitch up the middle off Ramon Jones' glove. Good deflection over to second base in Schellenberg, who gets it over to first in time. So Jones helping the cause there, as that ball would be a single up the middle. So an odd 1-4-3 put out will bring up Bruno Matroni, representing the last hope here for the Scarborough Force. And it looks like they are going to make the change and go with Lucas Mata. At least that's what it appeared until they brought out a drink for Ramon Jones, and it looks like now Ramon Jones is going to stay in the game. So I don't know. Maybe a drink and a Snickers, and he's probably good, Joe. We're not too sure, but
didn't need the Snickers today so far.
No, but it is hot, so understandable, and you can't fault a man for wanting a drink. And Matroni, of course, grounded into a double play in the first and was robbed of a home run in the third, singled and had an RBI in the fifth as he fouls off that first pitch. So fourth time through here for Matroni, facing Ramon Jones with a man on third, trailing by 2. And if something happens here, boy, coaching status. Jones fields that over to first in time. The BC Athletics hang on and win this one 4-2. And Joe, when push comes to shove, you have to say Ramon Jones held his composure and got the job done when he had to. Again,
Great performance by Ramon Jones. That followed up by an earlier game by Lucas Mata, but the big, strong, powerful bats of the BCAs pounding out 10 hits this afternoon against the Scarborough Force pitching team for the victory.
First time that the BC Athletics have advanced to Championship Saturday, so congratulations as they come away with a 4-2 win. The Scarborough Force eliminated from the tournament.